The Royal Bank of Scotland racks up nearly £1 billion loss in just 3 months as experts warn no dividend is likely until 2018. The Royal Bank of Scotland clocks up loss after £1.2 billion dividend payment to the government. Difficult week for the UK banks after Barclays Lloyds post disappointing results too. Sale of William and Glyn is taking longer than expected, adding to RBS woes. Last dividend paid in 2008 and investors may have to wait until 2018 for the next one. Royal Bank of Scotland losses have more than doubled to nearly £1 billion after the giant was forced to make a one-off large payment to the government to restart its dividends. The results top off a disastrous week for UK banks, with Lloyds reporting a halving of quarterly pre-tax profits to 654 million and Barclays posting 25% drop in earnings to £793 million. RBS's losses came in at £968 million for the first 3 months of 2016, more than double the loss in the same period last year. Little progress. Analysts suggested the RBS results were poor and questioned if the bank has made any progress since being bailed out. RBS said a one-time £1.2 billion dividend payment to the UK government dragged down an otherwise profitable period. The payment ended a dividend access share agreement with the government, which was put in place in 2009 and prevented it paying dividends to any shareholders before the Treasury. But analysts have warned that even though the bank has won back its right to pay dividends, shareholders could have to wait until 2018 before packing one. Laith Calaf, senior analyst at Hargreaves Lansdowne, said the last dividend paid by RBS was in 2008, and it now looks like the investors may have to wait until 2018 for the next one, enduring a decade without dividends from the bank. Michael Hewson at CMC Markets said, Groundhog Day for RBS. Every year and every quarter we are promised that RBS has turned a corner, and every quarter the story is the same. As 8 years from its record bailout, the bank has had to report another loss. The block on dividend payments was put in as a precondition of the bailout agreement in 2008 that prevented RBS making payouts to shareholders before the government had been repaid. He added, even so, this isn't the end of the bank's troubles after yesterday's news that it is likely to miss the deadline of the December 2017 to dispose of 300 of its William and Glyn branches. Given the current regulatory environment and a continued era of low interest rates, anyone expecting a speedy turnaround is likely to be waiting a while. RBS shares are down 3% or 6.8p at 238.1 pence today. Income fell from £3.5 billion to £3 billion following the sale of its Citizens business in the US and the decision to dramatically scale back its overseas investment banking offering. The cost of restructuring the bank cost £238 million, with RBS expecting the number to grow to £1 billion for the year. In slightly better news, operating profits rose to £421 million in the last quarter, up from just £37 million in 2015, but total revenue fell 13% to £3.06 billion. Stuck in a rut, RBS is still 73% owned by the UK government, having been bailed out by the taxpayer in the financial crisis. Adding to its woes, RBS said the spin-off of subsidiary Williams and Glyn as demanded by the EU was taking longer than expected. RBS chief executive Ross McEwan said Today's results show the strength and resilience of the bank we are fast becoming. This bank has great brands and great market positions, and piece by piece we are building a solidly performing, profitable bank, doing great things for customers and returning value for shareholders. 1/4 in, capital remains strong, costs continue to fall, our customer scores are improving, and we are seeing growth in the business and the markets we like. McCann added that RBS had not seen significant behavioural change in the market as a result of Brexit fears. However, he added, larger corporates are holding back on investment for the next 6 to 8 weeks. We are very well prepared for what may or may not happen. He said that a return to full-year profit would be dictated by the bank's ongoing restructuring and conduct and litigation liabilities.